Have you ever found yourself in the soft glow of a lamplit evening, cup of tea in hand, gazing out the window at the stars, and felt a quiet ache in your chest? That subtle pull toward dreams you once held so tightly. Perhaps traveling to that distant shore, writing the stories from your heart, or simply rediscovering the joy in your daily routine. But now, in the wisdom of your 50s or beyond, they seem like faded photographs from another life. It's a feeling so many of us know, isn't it? Like the gentle erosion of waves on a shoreline, life's responsibilities, losses, and routines have worn away at our aspirations, leaving us wondering if it's truly too late to chase what stirs the soul. But pause with me here, friend. What if, in this very breath, I shared a secret that's changed countless lives, including my own? What if the one thing you must do to achieve your dreams isn't Herculean effort or stroke of fate, but something profoundly simple, accessible, and within your grasp right now? Today, we're going to unpack this essential truth layer by layer, with stories that mirror your own journey, insights that touch the heart, and steps that empower you to move forward. By the time we finish, I hope you'll feel not just inspired, but gently equipped to take that first meaningful step. Let's begin this conversation together. The one thing. Commit to daily action, the foundation of all achievement. At the core of every dream realized lies this one unwavering principle: committing to daily action, not the sporadic bursts of enthusiasm that fizzle out, nor the overwhelming overhauls that leave us exhausted before we start. No, it's a deliberate choice to take small, consistent steps each day, actions that align with your deepest desires, no matter how modest they appear on the surface. Why is this the one thing, you might ask? Let me explain it thoughtfully, drawing from the timeless wisdom of thinkers like Aristotle, who reminded us that we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act but a habit. In our midlife and beyond, when energy levels may fluctuate and time feels more precious, daily action becomes a lifeline. It counters inertia that sets in after years of putting others first: family, career, community. Psychologically, it rewires our brains through neuroplasticity, the beautiful ability of our minds to form new pathways even as we age. Each small action releases dopamine, that gentle reward chemical, building a cycle of motivation rather than depletion. Consider the science of it briefly, in a way that's warm and relatable. Our dreams thrive on momentum, much like a snowball rolling downhill, gathering size and speed with every turn. Without daily nurturing, they melt away under doubt or distraction. But with it, they grow into something tangible, achievable. This isn't about forcing change. It's about honoring the person you become, the resilient, insightful you, who deserves to pursue joy now. Let me paint a vivid picture to make this crystal clear. Imagine your dream as a cherished garden you've long neglected. The soil is fertile from life's experiences, but weeds of procrastination have taken hold. Daily action is like tending it morning by morning, watering one plant, pruning a branch, sowing a seed. Over time, that garden blooms not in a flash, but in a symphony of colors and scents that fill your world. To bring this home with a story that feels close to your heart, let me introduce you to Robert, a 59-year-old former factory worker from the rolling hills of Pennsylvania. In the U.S., Robert had spent decades building machines for others, but deep down, he dreamed of crafting his own furniture. Pieces that told stories of warmth and endurance, like the family heirlooms from his youth. Retirement brought freedom, yet paralysis. Where to start? The tools gathered dust, and doubts whispered he was too old for such foolish pursuits. One crisp autumn day, Robert made a quiet vow. Just 15 minutes a day at his workbench, no expectations beyond showing up. Some days, it was sketching a simple chair, others, sanding a scrap of wood. He analyzed his progress weekly, noting how those moments ease his mind, reduce his evening worries, and even improved his sleep. A year in, that daily rhythm birthed his first custom table, gifted to his daughter. Now, at local markets, Robert's creations sell steadily, and he's mentoring young woodworkers. His tale isn't one of overnight success. It's a testament to how daily action transforms quiet longing into a legacy of pride. What small action could you commit to today that echoes Robert's gentle persistence? Building the habit. Start small, scale with grace, crafting a sustainable path. Now that we've established daily action as a cornerstone, let's dive deeper into how to build this habit without overwhelming your already full life. The secret here is starting small, deliberately tiny, to create a foundation of success that feels nurturing rather than burdensome. Why does this approach work so profoundly, especially for us in our 50s and later? At this stage, we've learned that grand resolutions often crumble under the weight of reality. A busy schedule with grandkids visits, health checkups, or the simple ebb of energy. Starting small honors your current capacity, leveraging the compound effect, where modest efforts multiply over time, much like interest in a savings account you barely notice at first. Research from habit experts like James Clear and Atomic Habits shows that when actions take less than 2 minutes to begin, they're far more likely to stick, fostering a sense of agency and reducing the friction of procrastination. It's intelligent self-compassion. You're not rushing. You're allowing your dream to unfold at a pace that sustains you. Visualize it this way. Building a habit is akin to constructing a bridge across a vast river. You don't erect the entire span in one go. You lay one stone at a time, testing its steadiness, ensuring the structure supports your weight as you cross. Each stone, your daily microaction, adds integrity, turning what seemed impossible into a reliable path. If your dream is improved health, perhaps at a 5-minute stretch upon waking, feeling the gentle pull in muscles that remind you of your vitality. For creative pursuits, it might be noting one idea in a journal over coffee. The key is specificity. Define it clearly, track it simply, a calendar mark or app note, and celebrate the completion, no matter how small. This builds emotional resilience, as each yes to yourself reinforces trust in your ability to follow through. Let me share a detailed story of someone whose journey mirrors this graceful scaling. Elena, a 64-year-old librarian from Melbourne, Australia, had always harbored a dream of painting landscapes that captured the rugged beauty of her homeland, scenes she'd admired since childhood but set aside for a career of quiet service to others. Post-retirement, the blank canvas intimidated her, pastels and brushes hadn't used, gathering dust like forgotten promises. Overwhelmed, she analyzed her barriers. Time constrained from volunteering, a fear of imperfection rooted in perfectionist tendencies from her youth. Then, inspired by a chance read, Elena committed to just 3 minutes a day, mixing colors or sketching a single tree line. She placed her supplies by her favorite chair, making it effortless. On tougher days when arthritis flared, she'd adapt to watercolor washes instead. Month by month, those minutes expanded naturally to 15, then 30, as the joy of creation pulled her deeper. Today, Elena's paintings grace local galleries in her home, and she's even teaching classes to fellow retirees. Her story illustrates the analysis of habit building. Start where resistance is low, scale with what feels right, and watch how daily action not only achieves a dream, but heals old self-doubts, creating a profound emotional connection to your evolving self. What 3-minute step toward your dream feels inviting to you right now? Overcoming obstacles, navigating life's storms with resilient grace, turning challenges into growth. Of course, no path to dreams is without its hurdles, and committing to daily action invites us to face them head-on with intelligence and care. In midlife, obstacles often feel more layered. Perhaps physical limitations like joint aches, emotional echoes from past losses, or external pulls like caring for aging parents or navigating empty nests. Why do these test us so deeply? Because they challenge our identity. Are we still capable of growth, or are we defined by our circumstances? The profound truth is that overcoming them through adapted daily action isn't about ignoring the storm. It's about learning to sail through it, emerging stronger. This builds what psychologists call post-traumatic growth, where adversity, met with persistence, fosters deeper wisdom, empathy, and purpose. It's not denial, it's strategic reframing. View skips not as failures, but as data points to refine your approach. Shorten the action on weary days, seek accountability from a friend, or infuse it with mindfulness to soothe the mind. This analytical mindset turns obstacles from thieves of dreams into teachers of resilience. Picture it vividly. Life's challenges are like a mountain trail you've chosen. Some stretches are sun-dappled meadows, others steep and rocky, with sudden rains. Daily action is your steady footing, adjusting your stride but never halting the climb. You analyze the terrain. Is the rock loose? Shift your weight. Windy? Lean in. Each adaptation deepens your skill, making the summit not just reachable but richly earned. For emotional obstacles, pair action with reflection. After a tough day, journal why you persisted. It reinforces neural pathways of determination. To ground this in a relatable narrative, consider David, a 57-year-old accountant from London, UK, whose dream was to run a community garden, fostering green spaces in his urban neighborhood as a way to give back after a career of numbers and isolation. But midway through, a minor stroke sapped his mobility and depression clouded his vision. Daily weeding sessions turned sporadic, doubts amplifying the setback. David paused to analyze what was truly blocking him. Physical limits, yes, but also fear of vulnerability. He adapted his commitment. On weekdays, he'd supervise from a bench, planning layouts or delegating tasks to volunteers. He incorporated short, seated stretches to rebuild strength gradually. Over time, that resilient daily presence not only revived the garden, now a thriving hub, but also mended his spirit as neighbors shared their stories, weaving a tapestry of community. David's experience teaches us the depth of overcoming. Daily action, flexibly applied, doesn't just bypass obstacles, it integrates them into your story, creating emotional depth and unbreakable bonds with your dream. How might you adapt your daily step to embrace a current challenge? The transformative power, witnessing dreams blossom into a fulfilling legacy, the ripple effect on life and loved ones. As you embrace daily action, its transformative power unfolds in ways that touch every corner of your existence, creating a legacy of purpose that extends far beyond the self. Why is this so life-changing, particularly after 50? We've accumulated a wealth of experience, yet without direction, it can feel like untapped potential. Daily action channels that wisdom into creation, boosting not just achievement but holistic well-being. Better sleep from routine, sharper focus from engagement, and a profound sense of legacy as you model persistence for family and friends. Neurologically, it combats age-related cognitive decline by stimulating consistent neural activity. Emotionally, it combats isolation by fostering pride and connection. The ripple effect is beautiful. Your pursuit inspires others, turning personal dreams into shared narratives of hope. Analyze it. Each day compounds not just progress, but identity. You become the architect of your later years, not a bystander. Envision a grand oak tree. From a single acorn, daily sunlight and rain yield branches that shelter generations. Your actions are those nurturing elements, yielding fruit in health, relationships, and joy. One final, heartfelt story to illustrate. Grace, a 68-year-old from Seattle, Washington, dreamed of composing folk songs about her immigrant roots, preserving family tales for her scattered children. Shyness and tech unfamiliarity loomed large, but she committed to 10 minutes daily, humming melodies or strumming basic chords on her old guitar. As weeks turned to months, she recorded snippets, sharing tentatively with her kids via email. The transformation? Her songs wove into family reunions, healing generational gaps and giving Grace a voice she'd silenced long ago. Now, her compositions live online, touching strangers too. Grace's path reveals a depth. Daily action doesn't merely achieve dreams. It amplifies your essence, creating emotional waves that enrich your world and leave an indelible mark. What legacy might your daily commitment craft? Now, let's sit with this together in a moment of quiet reflection. Feel the weight of these words settling like a warm blanket on a cool evening. The one thing, that sacred commitment to daily action, is no distant ideal but a gentle invitation extended to you today. It's the bridge from where you are to the dreams that call your name, proving that at any age, renewal is possible. Ponder this. What dream stirs in your heart, and what one small, daily step will you take tomorrow to honor it? I truly want to hear. Drop it in the comments below. Share what resonated most, or how this message sparked something new. Your voice could light the way for another soul watching. If today's insights warmed your spirit, please like the video, subscribe for more thoughtful explorations of life after 50, and share it with someone dear, perhaps a friend facing their own crossroads. Every connection we make spreads this light further, building a community of purposeful lives. Thank you from the heart for sharing this time with me. Until next time, take that step. You deserve the dreams awaiting you.